What's up, everyone? It's your boy, Stump, and welcome back to Rank 101, turning noobs to pros since 2020. I'm trying out a new format that kind of combines the first format with the second format into a summary-based type deal. I don't know what to call this anymore. But if you want to submit your ranked games for Rank 101, then go ahead and hop into the Discord server with the link in the description and check out the Rank 101 channels. Make sure you follow the rules when going about submitting your videos, because there's already one person, not going to name names, but they've already broken the rules. Kinda. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this game. Today's Rank 101 brings us Double D. He is a Silver 2 player, and right off the bat, we see him going the same direction as his teammate here into reception. This is a default positions thing here. So for your default positions, you're going to have one player sitting here on top ramp, playing this position. Then you're going to have another player playing in reception right here in this position, holding a crossfire. Then the second player into interior is going to be playing around B-site or diner. And then the fourth player is going to be playing around pool, right around this area. And then the last player is just going to rotate around, bounce around. Typically, you'll see two players on B-site, but the last player can just play wherever. So yeah, if you're the second person into interior, then you're going to want to play B-site, which you do eventually go, and you throw an incendiary, which I also want to point out, you bought nades instead of armor, which buying armor first round is almost mandatory, but at the lower ranks, you're going to want to buy armor, because you are going to get one tapped by P250s and XT45s if you have no helmet. And your crosshair needs to be at headshot level when you swing, because right here, in case you missed it, we'll go back. Running with your knife out. Your crosshair is right where their feet are going to be. It should be right up here. Yeah, your crosshair placement, not the best. You also seem to have your fire button joystick enabled, but throughout the game that I noticed, it doesn't actually affect your aim at all. You can just turn it off. You don't have to set it to 0. Yeah, there's other settings in here that you need to fix as well, but we'll get to those later. Let's go ahead and head to the second round. All right, right here, I think you might have accidentally turned down your aim sensitivity, or you intentionally did. I'm not sure, but you did that. And you buy a helmet and an incendiary and nothing else. You had $3,300. You could have bought an M4 and armor and would have had $200 left over. But you could have also bought an SMG in this scenario, because the breach didn't plant the bomb at all. So they would have been left with just deagles and no armor. But yeah, you didn't buy anything other than those two things. You also kind of wasted a Cindy right here. I think what you were trying to do is you're trying to bounce it off the wall and get it into this doorway. That's not necessarily what you want to be doing. So the better incendiary to throw is to aim right here and throw it like that. Just swing and throw, because that gives you plenty of time to just let it drop. It'll allow you to push up here, get close. You also throw this smoke right here, which is not a half bad smoke.
Smoke deployed. Let's go.
It allows you to clear this out pretty well, which credit where credit is due. That is a good smoke. I like that smoke, and it's repeatable too. Just aim in the middle.
Smoke deployed. Let's go.
It's a nice little smoke to throw to keep them from pushing up any further. Now we're gonna see it right here. Oh yeah, your utility swapping is not the greatest. Yeah, that'll take practice. But yeah, that smoke you threw is pretty good. Oh, also here, you don't have to look at weapons to pick them up. And also, right there, I just noticed that. You have auto-equipped weapons on. So in gameplay, under your custom hit marker colors, you're going to have these weapon settings. You're going to want to turn auto-equip weapon on pickup off, because if it's on, it will automatically equip the weapon you just picked up. And that's not good. It's going to put you in a tough spot, because the weapon draw time does not allow you to shoot the weapon while you're picking it up. Anyways, on to the next round. If your recording is making your gameplay laggy, then I'd suggest turning down your graphic settings to low or medium, whichever one works for you, because you have your settings set to either high or ultra. Pretty sure it's high because you're playing on a phone. Yeah, you don't need to have your graphics all the way turned up for these videos. You can have it turned all the way down for all I care. I don't care what it looks like, just as long as you can get the recording out. Yeah, whatever works for you, man. Whatever works for you. All right, finally buys M4 and doesn't buy full utility. What you want to do is you want to be able to buy as much utility as you can whenever you have the chance to, because having utility can be the difference between winning and losing rounds. And for this round summary, I only put buy Cindy and smoke, nothing else. I'm going to fast forward real quick to when you're here with the M4. Yeah, let's go back a little bit. You're running with your nade out. You are swung out farther than your teammate. If a player would have been standing right there, they would have killed you. A better incendiary to throw would be from back here.
Incendiary out.
It lands right in this spot. And it didn't stay. It did. What? Why does the game do that? So you stand till you see this palm tree. Then you look up to the palm tree, or at this wire above the palm tree, and you're gonna throw.
Tossing incendiary.
Why? And you can throw a bunch of different utility doing this too. You can throw the flash. You can throw the smoke. You can throw the HE grenade. You can throw pretty much any nade you want in that area, and it'll work. The smoke missed, but you get the idea. But yeah, you're standing like this, and you're trying to throw the incendiary right here. What you should be doing in this situation is you should be holding this, listening for anyone, and if you hear them, then you swing, take the firefight. When you're with your M4 right here, you throw your incendiary over, you swing, and you're way above his head, dude. You're way above his head right there. I don't know why you're aiming above his head like that. I think you're trying to compensate for the fact that he was shooting that angle. But common sense would dictate you shouldn't swing an angle that someone is actively shooting down into. Here's a tip for you guys on how to crouch spray with assault rifles. Everyone knows that you crouch and spray with the assault rifles, but a lot of players will crouch then spray. Now what that does is it makes it harder to, it makes it the same recoil as before. A better example would be to use the AK for this, because it's got a really wide spread at the beginning of its recoil. Instead of crouching then spraying, making it harder to control, what you want to do is you want to start spraying as you're crouching. And then pull down slightly. This will give you a more condensed cluster that'll allow you to be able to hit more shots consistently, even at range. I mean, I'm standing like, what, 20 meters away right here? 12 meters away? Same difference? Yeah. It makes it a lot easier to control the AK recoil, and it also works with the AR-15, which also has a pretty high recoil as well. It's pretty much almost the same as the AK-47, but yeah, you get the idea. There's nice, precise sprays right there. Really good, really consistent. So it's not crouch and spray, it's spray crouch, spray crouch, spray crouch. And that's the end of this tip. So yeah, crosshair placement was not good. All right, next round. All right, you buy M4. Did you buy all your nades? You did not. You just buy an incendiary. So yeah, again, default positions. You could have played reset with this guy at top ramp, but it's fine. For this round, you hear them pushing B site on your left. So I'm not sure if you're using sound, but yeah, they're on the crosswalk to B site, and you just kind of let this guy run past you.
Coalition wins.
Yeah, I don't know if you're sounding with a high enough volume, because some of these sounds in this game are really quiet. You gotta have your volume up to be able to hear them. All right, you fiddle with your movement pad a lot in this game too, which, I mean, at the beginning of the round, it's okay, but you forgot to buy your nades. And here we are with the default positions again. Nobody's playing top ramp or reception, so that's just wide open. That's not good. And it doesn't matter if all the players come pool. If one player can go ramp without being contested, they're going to take ramp, and they're going to take A site from you, because they know you're playing on B site and pool. Yet the entire other team just they all go pool, and one player goes A, and he plants the bomb right behind you. Plants the bomb, you hear him. You are sounding, you're just not playing with a high enough volume. Yeah,
Defusing the bomb.
that just gives them free money. That's free money. Also, you should have picked up player's utility, because it'll save you money in the long run, even though you have $8,200. Still would be nice to save money. Okay, not bad. This is common at high level, but your crosshair placement is right at their dick. I'm going to out you in 4K here. You're aiming straight at their dick. You can know where to line up your headshot right here by looking at the top of this plant right here, because his head is right lined up with that. You're looking at the guns. You know where this player is, yet you're looking at the guns like a real player. I'm gonna have to censor that out probably. This guy could have killed you at any time. But yeah, it's a known bug where you can't pick up your weapons right away after you drop your weapons. I think it happens because you're standing over the weapon when you drop it, and it takes a second for you to actually be able to pick it up. Round 7. This is where you throw this incendiary right here.
Tossing incendiary.
A faster way to is just swing that like I showed earlier. Don't really need to do that because now you have that incendiary there. You can push up quietly so that way you could get a better read on what the breach is doing. And you're running out in the open with your grenade in your hand. That's not good. That's not how you push up mid. I'll just show you how you push up mid. Did I do that the whole time? Damn it. Oh. I'll have to edit over it eventually. I'm on the coalition and I'm playing mid. I'm going to throw this incendiary.
Incendiary out.
And now we can push up slowly. You're going to start by throwing this incendiary right here. Let's keep him back. And you're going to walk up slowly right here. All right, and you're going to wait till this fire goes away, which is about 10 seconds. Then you're going to throw your smoke. And then you're going to throw a flashbang out there, and then you're just going to swing here, and you're going to be able to just take mid all by yourself. You won't have to worry about anyone playing behind you because you'll just be able to push out without having any gaps in the smoke here. Although they could jump spot you, but who's going to jump spot you in 2025? And you don't have to throw the incendiary right off rip. I mean, you could also throw the smoke grenade if you throw it a little lower. Smokes it off nicely. And you don't even have to just hold it. You can rush right out of B site, throw this flash, and just swing them. Of course, you could throw the smoke here as well. Throw the smoke to the right, flash, and then swing. That'd probably be better. But yeah, don't walk out mid with the smoke in your hand, because this is a choke point, and you're going to get completely destroyed by anyone who's playing mid as the breach if you're just running around with your smoke in your hand. Now we go back. Jesus. I can't believe I did that. Round 8. Your utility...
Tossing a smoke grenade.
Not the greatest. Again, like I showed you before, you can throw your utility from back further, or you can throw it into mid, but that was a bad incendiary. That did not stay. Again, crosshair placement, you're looking right at their feet. It just, no. And you're, oh my God. You're editing your settings in the middle of a round. Not good. Not good at all. And he turns on dynamic movement pad. Yay.
Tossing a smoke grenade.
Yeah, that's...
Incendiary out.
No, that's not good. Yeah, like I said before, how I showed you, you spend way too long with your incendiary out in the middle there, because that's a choke point. You're gonna get smoked either way. Nice. All right. This flash right here. If you want to throw this flash between these two umbrellas, because the way you threw it back here, and that is only going to flash the back of this area here. It's not going to really get anyone sitting here. They can see it coming. But if you throw it in between the umbrellas, it's going to flash everybody in here. If they're sitting here, if they're sitting over here, it's going to flash all of them. And you get the U ratio. And boy, do I have some points for you about the U ratio. My God. All right, so we're playing pool round 10 here. Yeah, right here, you kind of wasted your incendiary. Not good. And, okay, so right now, you know there's 2 players left, and the last 2 players are all bottom ramp by the umbrellas. And you're just sitting here holding this angle for no reason. Like, right now, I would have been looking at my radar, like, okay, the 2 players are there. Oh, those are the last 2 players. All right, I'm going to rotate. But you just push up, and you kind of just let your teammates do the work for you.
Coalition wins.
Lucky you got them on your team. Now they got your ratio, you're probably going to play top ramp. I already know you're going to play top ramp because you got the ratio, you're going to top ramp. You're also going to throw this flash, which
Flashbang out.
Is not the best flash. So a better flash to throw for top mid is throwing it over the building like this.
Eyes down. Flashbang out.
It'll pop flash over this building. It'll blind anyone pushing out from the bottom of ramp here at terrace, which is a better name for bottom ramp, honestly. Pushing out a hotel hallway into terrace. All right, nice shot.
Tossing incendiary.
That's good incendiary. That keeps him held back there.
Fire in the hole.
Kind of high on that. You can't jump over incendiaries when you're on ground level and your teammate gets it. You're just there to provide distraction. All right, round 12. Last round before the swap. You probably throw the same flash again. Yeah, you do.
Flashbang out.
Not a good flash. It'd be better to pop flash over, like I showed you earlier. Did that flash come from... Oh yeah, they flashed your ass. They threw it from terrace. You got blinded pretty good with that. All right, here, you start jump peeking with the ratio. Terrible jump peeking. Terrible situation to be in there too, but you do not jump peek with the ratio. When you're playing top ramp with the ratio, you're gonna want to throw that flash, and you're just gonna hold this. That's all you gotta do. You're gonna hold this, and you're gonna hold it as far back as you can. You don't want to have your crosshair directly on the corner, because if they do swing out and they pre-fire you, you're gonna get stomped on, especially if they have assault rifles. But the point of using the ratio like this is to be able to hold long, hard to hit angles that are not as easy to hit with assault rifles. Your ratios are not for jump peeking. If you're gonna jump peek, you can jump peek like this. Jump, then swing out, because you carry momentum. So once you start switching back, jump. Run, jump, and then you just go strafe back and forth. It's kind of like you're strafing normally, but you add a jump in the middle. But you really shouldn't be jump peeking with the ratio. But yeah, right here is very unfortunate. But yeah, right here, one frame, one singular frame. And it's not even... What? I'm just noticing this now. Look at this radar blip, and then look at this. What is this? Explain this to me. I'm asking the developers directly. What the hell is this? As you go forward, in 2 frames, he's out and he's looking at you, which is crazy. Oh, I guess this player's looking at him from here, but he's not even on the radar yet. What the hell? This guy is visible, but this guy isn't? Huh? What? Now he is? Jesus. That is insane. That is wild. Yeah, that's terrible. This game's borderline unplayable. I mean, it's still playable. It's just that's not good. That kind of threw you off. But yeah, it's so quick, but it's noticeable. At my level, after playing this game for so long, you notice things. You see things. Anyways, moving on. Round 13 at the swap. You don't buy armor? Yeah, you don't buy anything. That's fine, but to be honest, you should have bought armor, because at this level, you're going to need armor. And let's just go back real quick, because that's not how you play this at all. What you should be doing is you should be doing exactly what this guy in front of you is doing. See, look how he's playing. Look at this guy play. This is prime example right here. This is prime silver. Prime silver. Or he could be gold. You never know, because silvers can play with gold sometimes. But no, that's not how you swing that. What you do is you're running around like this. You got the bomb in your hand. You're just running like that. You're going to get instantly doinked when you run around the corner. Instead, what you should be doing is you should be clearing this, because this is where cohesion can swing you. Then you swing this angle. Then you swing, and then you push. And then you swing this. Then you swing this. And then you check these corners here. And you push on the B site. Yeah, and your crosshair's not even at headshot level. And you chase this guy down with the bomb. You get the kill, which is fine, but you really shouldn't be chasing those guys down. You should have pushed onto the site and taken the fight there. I also have written down for this round summary, you're moving while shooting, and this is where it happens. See, I'm going to slow this down, and I want you to watch what you're doing here. Your crosshair's on him, but you're not hitting anything. You do hit one, but your joystick is moving the other direction. Those were probably most likely arm or leg shots, because you are very inaccurate when you are moving while shooting. And your crosshair placement you're aiming right at their chest. But yeah, moving while shooting's not good. You do that here, and that's how he's able to kill you. He's able to track you, and he's able to get the headshot. What you should be doing instead is when you're strafing, you're going to take a couple shots. Anytime you want to shoot, you're going to stop moving. Because you are instantly 100% accurate once you let go of the joystick. And a good way to practice that is actually in here, aiming right here. You're going to take a couple shots, readjust. Try to keep your crosshair in the black circle if you can. Also try and incorporate some crouches in there as well. It'll really help with your firefighting when you get into engagements like that. What do? You got 5,200 because you got the bomb plant and you won by team elimination. So that's a lot of money. You could buy an AK and you could buy all your utility. I would have bought the HE grenade there because it does instant damage. And you're saying to go A-long. You're going to need to be more specific here because there's two different A-longs. You've got the A-long on ramp and the A-long on pool. You do use your pings to show which way you want to go, but in the team chat, you should be more specific. You say go ramp, go pool, a lot easier.
Cover your eyes!
And that flash is not a good flash because that ends up blinding you. A better flash to throw for ramp on the breach is looking up to this as you're walking out the door here. Like when you see the top of the building, aim up and then just jump through this. That's gonna pop flash at the top of ramp. That'll give you time to come around and throw this smoke to smoke out player in reset. You could also throw this incendiary off the wall and potentially kick them out.
Incendiary out!
Yeah. That'll kick him out. That'll definitely kick him out. It doesn't really matter how you throw this flash. Just make sure it gets over the building. And then the smoke, you'll have plenty of time to push up, throw that, and then throw the incendiary in the back.
Incendiary out!
That will scorch them like scorch earth. So back to this. Not very good. Crosshair placement, aiming at their dicks again. You were lucky he was crouched there. Otherwise, that would not have worked. Crosshair placement, still bad. It seems like you're having trouble aiming left to right, keeping your crosshair stable. What I think is happening is you're following the trajectory of your thumb like this, instead of actually going back and forth across like that. It's natural to want to do this, to bring it down at an angle. You got to keep in mind that you're going straight across, straight left and right. You don't move your thumb in a straight line. You're moving your crosshair in a straight line. There's a difference. So yeah, that's something else you got to work on as well. You can work on that in the training grounds, and this is actually a really nice off angle to hold here, especially while your team is pushing into A site. You got Weeks holding that mid angle there, and you're holding the reset angle, which is good. I like that. Very good.
Breach wins.
That is the one good round I will give you. All right, so what do you do here? 9 and 5, 16 and 9. Might have been carried. Depends on how many kills you consider to be carry worthy, because you're getting carried by 7 kills. But we'll see at the end of this round here, which you do pretty well getting kills. That incendiary, I do not like that incendiary, even though your entire team is with you. Not a very good incendiary to throw. You could use the incendiary that I showed you while going up ramp, but flashbangs are the only good utility to use when rushing. Smokes, HE grenades, and incendiaries are good for clearing out angles.
Fire in the hole!
But that's fine. Going through that. Good clear there. Good. Not good crosshair placement, but you do manage to get the headshot on him. Nice. Again, bad crosshair placement. You do have decent crosshair placement there, but you kind of fuck it up when you try and aim to the left. It goes down, but you still get the headshot.
Breach wins.
Well, you didn't get the headshot, but you got the headshot there. And that's it. 13 kills and 5 deaths. Not bad. You only got carried by 4 kills, which isn't too terrible. All right, so for the summary points that I have for you, your crosshair placement is abysmal. You're aiming way too low, way too often, and your angle holding could use some work. Jump peeking, also something you need to work on as well. When you're aiming down at an angle every time you swipe left or right. If you're using claw like that, you don't want to aim naturally. You want to aim across your screen in a straight line. Do it as best you can. It helps because I have hitchhiker thumbs, but You get the idea. Utility is a big issue for you. You throw nades that actively work against you and you don't seem to know how to use them. Hopefully in this video you'll be able to use the utility that I showed you on Soar in your next games. And you should also buy all the utility you can whenever you get the chance, because it's better to have an HE grenade than to not have one at all. And also, your map awareness needs some work. I turn up the volume on your headphones if you can, because yeah, there were some moments where you seemed like you were sounding, but your volume wasn't turned up all the way and you missed some players pushing around you. I should probably make a video on how to sound and all the different sound cues in the game. That'd be pretty helpful, wouldn't it? But anyways, that's it for this Rank 101 video. I hope you guys learned something today. And as always, stay safe. Bye-bye.